Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope all are fine and safe at home. Enjoyed holidays. So, welcome back to our online classes. Today, we are going to study what is democracy, why democracy. Okay, so here, if I'll ask you a simple question, what is democracy? What you will give me the answer as you have already studied regarding the democracy. Here, as you are going to say, definition democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Is it? This we have studied? No. In previous classes, class 6, class 7, class 8, that democracy means where the people are having right to elect their leaders, right to vote, right to change the government. Is it? Now here in class ninth again they are teaching us same subject, but they are asking here question, what is democracy? Why democracy? So let us see why they are asking this question. What is democracy? As already they have taught us in previous classes, democracy means where we are free to elect our leaders. Is it? No. But here we are going to see something else what we have studied in previous classes. Let us see the features of democracy. The features of democracy, as here you can see the first feature of democracy, who are the ruler? Who are the ruler? Second feature of democracy, what kind of elections? Then third feature of democracy, who are the people? Then what kind of a form of government? If what we have studied in our previous classes, according to that definition, if you will see here for entire definition they are raising the question, as here we have seen in we are here democracy is a form of government. Here raising the question, what kind of a form of government? What kind? Then in which the ruler here, who are the ruler to whom you are calling a ruler? Then are elected. Who? What kind of election? What kind of election? Then by the people. Who are the people? Means entire definition they are here to make a raise a question against this definition. Is it? So here first feature we are going to see major decisions by elected leaders. Major decisions by elected leaders. As here we will take example of Pakistan. According to our book, as here you can see here, features of democracy, who are the ruler, what kind of election, who are the people, and finally what kind of form of government. So under this, the first major feature is major decision by elected leaders. In Pakistan, so first example we take from Pakistan. In Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf was there, and what happened here, as we both got independent together. Is it no? 1947. India as well as Pakistan. Till 1947, till today, in our country, no conflict, no monarch system, no dictatorship, no military system, is it? No. But in Pakistan, what happened from 1947 till 1999? Here is also everything was going well. They were also having a democratically elected government. But what happened in 1999? General Pervez Musharraf was here, and as he was a general, the supreme commander of the military. So what he has done, he has overthrown the democratic elected government, and he himself declared as a chief executive of the country. Then later on, he declared himself as the president. And what happened in 2002? He has done the so many amendment, and through that amendment, he has granted him 5 years extension. First, in 2002, first he become a chief executive, then then he become a president, and what he has done later on, he has done the amendment, and according to the referendum changes, he has granted himself 5 years extension. So now we came to know the referendum was based on malpractices and fraud. As we are having assemblies, Pakistan was also having the assemblies like Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, is it? So, what they have done in our country, we are having the speakers. They are taking care of the in Lok Sabha speaker was there. He is taking care of the Lok Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, vice president was there. He is taking care of Rajya Sabha like this, you know. So, but in Pakistan, what he has done, General Pervez Musharraf, the work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by the National Security Council, which is dominated by military officers. Means now these assemblies, they have to work under the military officers, is it? It means they are not free to take any decision by themselves. They need to take always permission with these military officers. Then next, as the first feature of the democracy, it is mentioned over here, the first feature, major decisions by elected leaders. So here in, you can see, in a democracy, the final decisions making power must rest with those elected by the people, those elected by the people. But here what happened in this, in the, in Pakistan, there the power, it is in the hand of a military officer who are not elected person, is it? Then second feature, free and fair electoral competition. Free and fair electoral competition, as you can see here. Again, next example is here. In this, first we will talk about the China. In China, they were having a regular election held every 5 years. Okay, here the country's parliament, known as a Kwangwao Ranmin Daibao Dahul. In English, we can say National People's Congress, the Parliament of China. In this parliament, there are 3,000 people who were elected all over the China. And what they were doing, they were there, as we know, the parliament people, they are taking the decisions. So here these 3000 people also making a decision for China. Among these 3000 people, some people are elected from, some people are coming from army, coming from army. Here in China, if any candidate want to contest in election, what they need to do, they need to take a permission or approval from Chinese Communist Party. Chinese Communist Party. In our country, if any candidate or any of the political party contest an election, they need to take the permission from the election commission. Is it no? But here the candidate need to take permission or approval from the Chinese Communist Party. Here in China, this Chinese Communist Party, along with this 8 smaller parties were there. So with these smaller parties, they were having the election. The previous election they held in 2002 or and 3. The government is always formed by Communist Party, because they are not giving or approval any of the strongest candidate to stand against the Chinese Communist Party. Is it? So in this way you have seen the second feature of a democracy, that democracy must be based on a free and fair elections, when where those currently in power have chance of losing. Free and fair elections. So when there is a free and fair election, then only the currently ruling people is having chance of losing. As we have seen in our country, we were having, right now we were having BJP government. Before that we were having a Congress government. No. So like this way, we are having free and fair election. It means the ruling party can also change. From 2004 to 2014, Congress was ruling party in our country. But again, when there was an election in 2014, the Congress lose the election, and the opposition BJP won the election. So it means free and fair elections where the ruling party can also lose the election. Another example we will take from the Mexico. As here you can see the Mexico, show you here also. This is North America, South America, Mexico is here in southern portion. Here, Mexico. Okay, so Mexico was also under the white ones, and they got independence 1930. We got independence 1947. They got it independence 1930. Till 1930, they were also having a regular election. Election held here every 6 months. In Mexico, there is no military system, no dictatorship. Okay, but then to what you will see here, here from 1930 till 2000. How many years? 70 years. Is it no? 1930 till 2000 continue. PRI party was ruling over here. Always they won the election. PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Is it possible? Is it possible that any party can rule, or one party can rule continuous 70 years, and within this 70 years there is no discrimination? Is it possible? No, no, it's not possible. So they were also doing the same thing, taking dirty takes, always not giving chance to the opposition parties did contest election but never managed to win. The PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win elections. All those who were employed in government offices had to attend the party meeting. Teachers of government schools used to force parents to vote for the PRI. Media largely ignored the activities of the opposition. So such kind of position are here. That's why they are able to rule continue 70 years. Okay, so in this way you can see the second feature of democracy. The second feature of democracy is this, that must be democracy must be based on a free and fair elections where those currently in power have chance of losing. Is it? Here you have seen the person is ruling continue 70 years. How it's possible? Here you have seen in China, communist government, always they won the election. Is it possible? No, no, it's not possible. But what they were doing, they were using a they were misusing their powers. Now, come on, third, one person, one vote, one value. One person, one vote, one value. Here, what we are going to see here, there are many instances of denial of equal right to vote, as until 2015 in Saudi Arabia women did not have right to vote. Until 2015 women were not having right to cast a vote. Then Estonia is a country in Europe, European country, and as we have seen, the Russia, it's also a European country. It's a very powerful, strongest country, not only in Russia but all over the world also. But what happened? What these Estonia government or Estonia was doing with these Russian people? What they were doing? The Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. Then next is Fiji, a group of volcanic island in South Pacific Ocean, laying about 4,450 kilometers. Here what they were doing, if any of the indigenous Fijian is going to cast a vote, so one person is going to cast a vote, the vote value is 1. But here, if any Indian Fijian is going to cast a vote, so when the one person is going to cast a vote, the vote value is half. When two Indian physician is going to cast a vote, then only vote is become a one. So like this way they were doing the partiality or discrimination. So here the third one is, as it is mentioned over here, you can see that democracy, in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote. Each vote must have one value. No, each adult citizen must have one vote. But in Saudi Arabia, you have seen till 2015, no right for vote for the women's. No, in Fiji, the vote value, as they are saying, the vote value must be equal, one. But here in Fiji, what we have seen, there is a no vote value is equal. Now come on the fourth one. In fourth one, rule of law and respect for rights. Here we will take example from Zimbabwe, where it is located. This is North America, South America, Europe, Asia. It's located in southern part of Africa. Okay, southern part of Africa. So here the Zimbabwe, they attend independence in 1980. Okay, here one party was there, Janu PF party, and the leader, active leader of this party is Robert Mugabe. Later on, he became a president. Okay, over the years, his government changed the constitution several times to increase the power of the president. What they have done, Robert Mugabe or Robert Mugabe's party, they have amended the constitution so many times, and every time what they have done, they have increased the power of the president and make him less accountable, increasing the power and making him less accountable towards the people. Okay, so here opposition party workers were harassed and their meeting disrupted. Public protest and demonstration against the government were declared illegal. There was a law that limited the right to criticize the president. Television and radio were controlled by the government and gave only the ruling party's version. Here, what he was doing or his party was doing, they were only giving the permission, the government or the ruling party's version. Media is free to show to the public, and now you can see this thing also, as we are having the open debates in our country. No, but there in our country, you have seen they can be blamed to our prime minister, to any of the leader, but there no one can speak against the president or against the Robert Mugabe or against the ruling party, because everything was declared illegal. No one can go against the government. There were independent newspaper, but the government harassed those journalists who went against it. Newspaper was free, but newspaper also can't go against the government, because if any of the journalists go against them, what they will do, they will harass that journalist. The government ignored some court judgment that went against it. And what about the judgment against the court? Everything is ignored by the Robert Mugabe or his party. He was forced out of office in 2017. from 1980 till 2017 he was in the power. Okay, so how many years? 20, 30, 37 years. Continue. 37 years. Now here we have seen the popular government can be undemocratic. It doesn't mean the Robert Mugabe liked by the people. So people always cast vote for his party or for him. No. Within these 37 years, he also become undemocratic. No, he also become dictator. So here, popular government can be undemocratic, popular leader can be autocratic. If we wish to assess a democracy, it is important to look at the elections, but it is equally important to look before and after the election. Okay, what they are saying, it is important to look the elections. As we have seen in China, they are also having the election. In Mexico, they were also having the election. In Pakistan, they were also having the elections. But all these elections are free and fair? No, no. So that's why what they are saying that we need to see before and after elections result also. Then there should be sufficient room for normal political activities, including political opposition. In the period of before election, this requires that the state should be respect some basic rights of citizens. They should be free to think, to have opinion, to express their these in public, to form associations, to protest and take other political actions. Everyone should be equal in the eyes of law. These rights must be protected by an independent judiciary. Is it? In our country also we are having judicial system. We are also having high courts and later on we are having Supreme Court. Then here, so in this way, the fourth feature of democracy, a democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' right. The democracy means that democratic government should be rule within the limit, not crossing the limits as they are here, continue ruling over 37 years as you have seen in Mexico, continue ruling over 70 years. Here, General Pervez Musharraf was here, declared himself as a president. Then later on, he also extended his time period. So these all things are not coming under the democratic government. That's why always we were under the in the dilemma that Pakistan is a democratic country or non-democratic country. China is a democratic country or non-democratic country. So now you are able to see the clear difference between the India and China, between the China and Pakistan, no, between the Mexico and Zimbabwe, like this. Then here, as and this is also what we have discussed over here. This is also very simple definition. Okay, this is also very simple definition that Rulers elected by the people take all the major decisions. Election offer a choice and fair opportunities to the people to change the government. Current ruler, this choice and opportunity is available to all the people on an equal basis, and the exercise of the choice leaders to be government limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens right. So that's all for today. We will meet in next class, and for next class I'll give you the homework. You will go through that arguments against the democracy and arguments for democracy. Okay, so you please go through these both the points, then later on we will discuss broader meaning of democracy. Till here we have discussed the features of democracy. Next we will discuss broader meaning of democracy. Okay, so all the best. Thank you.